Hey, what's up, YouTube? I thought I'd do a quick update. I've got some good news and some bad news. Um, so, my discus died today, which is the bad news. I came home from, well, I live where I work, but I had to drive to the other property and came home and had a makeshift skimmer for the top, because ever since I put the Seachem Clarify in there, I've had this really bad white film even after cleaning out the filters and all of that stuff. So I had a pop bottle on that with the or a water bottle, and had the bottom cut out of it, and then the head of it stuck on here. It's Joey does a lot of them on his DIY channel. Shows you how to make skimmers and filters and things like that. So basically, I had a polisher, flipped it upside down to skim the top of the water, and came home, and my discus, I mean, it was at the very, very tip top of the water. My angelfish. But, yeah, it was at the top of the water and somehow managed to get himself over it and was the exact diameter to fit inside of that water bottle. And I came home, pulled him out, and he fluttered around the bottom of the tank for a few minutes. And then, found him over in that corner about 20 minutes later. I thought he was going to make it, and he was laying on his side, so I put him in his own little tank inside of this, and gave him about an hour with an air stone in there, and he passed. So decided to put the air stone in here. Actually, I don't even think I uploaded the video of the 125 when it was full. So, I mean, here's a good shot. That's the good news. It's finally rolling. I had quite a bit of crypt melt going on over here, and it's all bouncing back. There's a lot of little bitty new growth on all of this stuff, so it's just a matter of time. I just had my hands in here ripping out decaying plants and stuff like that, so that's why it's all clouded up right now. But had it to where it was crystal clear, looking good, and then that happened with the discus. Decided to pull that out, put the air stone in there. I was going to try and run this one without an air stone, but it's the only safe way to not have the scum on the top of my tank. So I'm going to roll with it, make sure the protein scum or whatever it was doesn't come back, and if it doesn't, then I'm just going to have to keep rocking the air stone. I think also in the last video I told you that I'm still waiting for the perfect piece of driftwood for the middle, and wasn't wanting to pay, $50, $60, $75 for it like all the pet stores were charging. Well, I went to one of my further local pet stores yesterday. It's about 45 minutes to an hour drive away, and found this bad boy on the clearance rack for 20 bucks. So, I mean, to give you a size of it, it's, you know what I mean, it's the size of my door for my stand, so it's going to look good, I think, offset right in here. I still got to stick it in the tub, dump some boiling water on it, clean it up a little bit, so, and then I think it's going to look really awesome right around in this area. I don't want it right in the center, I don't think. I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit. I want to get the big piece of slate off of it, soak it, make sure it sinks on its own, because I don't really feel comfortable dropping that big-ass piece of slate into my tank right now with everything else that's been going on. So I'm going to take that process slow. It's pretty hard wood. If anybody knows what it is, let me know. I'm a little scared because I am from the Midwest and it kind of looks like cedar, so I'm hoping my pet store's not selling stuff that's going to kill my fish, because that would be absolutely awful. But I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's just a piece of driftwood that they couldn't sell for a long time because of the size of it, and nobody had that big of a tank. I'm not sure, but yeah, I got it for 20 bucks. It was marked down from 49, so pretty happy about that. Oh, I haven't even turned these guys' lights on yet. My black bar endlers are doing great. As of right now in the tank, I just set this up for them for a little temporary to get the fry going and everything, get them out of that milky nasty water that I had them in. But you can see them, they're definitely scooting around, doing good. As of right now in the tank, yesterday I counted 16, so I know I at least have 16, and they've almost doubled in size already in what's it been, 4 or 5 days since they were born. So pretty happy about that. And the males are already horny little bastards and chasing the females around like they're ready for another round. So pretty excited about that. There's some bad things happening to me, but you know what, in the long run, the discus, I really did like him. He was a trooper, but he was all by his lonesome, and quite frankly, I didn't want to drop a bunch more money on some you know, they're cool fish, but I like my angels just as much as I like the discus, so they're, so it might be better off, because now I don't have to go and buy a bunch more $70, $60 fish, you know what I mean, when I'm just as happy with the ones I have in here. Their personalities are great and everything, so you can tell they're hungry. They're up biting on my fingers. But yeah, other than that, that's going good. Still needing to set up the cherry shrimp tank. Just waiting to see how everything else goes first. Finally got a moment to breathe and relax, so I'm trying to take advantage of that. Still have all these guys in here. Everybody's doing great. It's a little overstocked right now, but I just didn't want to put, you know, I want my real specialty fish to go into the 125, so it's going to be a long process in the making. I don't want to make any drastic decisions and then end up regretting something. So as for now, these guys are all happy in here, and they're going to be even happier when I get the 46 bow front set up and go from there. That's you know, I know I told you guys that was going to be my saltwater tank, but I need to hold off just a little bit on that because honestly, I'm so stressed to the max between work and overtime and just keeping these tanks to where they're looking decent so it half-ass looks like I know what I'm doing. But you know, I think it's coming together. The plants are just kind of stuck in here for right now, but once I get that in there, that's going to be part of my mainscape, and then I can start slowly molding around that. Get maybe all but one of these swords out of here, sell them back to the pet store. Since the Seachem that I used the product, it said plant safe, but I had at least half of my Pogostamen Hellfur Eye melt off. Half of my Cypress Hellfur Eye is completely melted off. I don't even know if it's going to make it. The one on the left looks like it will, if the angel will get out of the way. The one on the left looks like it's going to make it, but as you can see, the one on the right is just shit brown, so that's probably going to have to pull that out. These little Brazilian swords or whatever the hell, Argentina swords or something like that, those aren't doing so hot, but they didn't do great in any of my other tanks either, so I'm probably pretty much done with that plant. The Rippens is getting pretty tall, already past the surface of the water, so I'm finally able to trim that back, and I'm going to, you know, like the original plan, try and fill this whole area right here with that. I went ahead and stuck in the Rotala Indica, and that was out of my 20 long, if you remember, and it was just looking shabby, and just within a day or so it's starting to come back, so that needs trimmed down. It's bushing out in the bottom, so I'll probably trim it all the way down to that, stick just the tips back down into it, and see how that grows. My Cryptocorin Balancia is doing fantastic. Some of the bigger ones still have the beard algae on them from when I peroxided it, but it's all turned pink, so I might just cut those long leaves off, because as you can see, there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 or 8 new leaves popping up off of that, so I got a feeling that's going to take right off for me. Yeah, other than that, everything's doing pretty good. If I can just keep battling this white film, and I mean, it's to the point, like, this isn't just your normal protein film on the top of your tank. We're talking like big snot balls that float around in my tank and stuff. It's real nasty, but I've cleaned my filter twice. I think I got most of it out of the tank finally. The rest of it is now in the trash in the water bottle that I had that set up for before it decided to murder my discus. So I think maybe he just wanted to go, to be honest with you. I've found him in so many crazy predicaments that, you know, he shouldn't have made it through, and then he made it, and then another one, and he shouldn't make it through it, and he makes it. So I don't know. I feel like I was not meant to keep discus, at least not at this point. So I'm just going to keep my head up, keep trying. Everything else is thriving and healthy. As you can see, the angels are great. The tetras are great. Still looking for the zebra autos. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them or not, so I might just have to go with the regular auto sinkless, and I definitely need to get me some substrate diggers to help keep this substrate cleaned up. So, you know, everything's getting exciting. My local pet stores are actually carrying rams now, which is one of the fish that was the hardest for me to find around here, so I'm going to go ahead and give them another shot now that I'm using straight roadie water. And so everybody, thanks for watching, and wish me luck on further ventures. I'm trying to get everything back and going again, but you know, it's a process. It's a lot of patience, and sometimes I don't have a lot of patience, and I try to hurry things, and this is where it gets you. So just remember, have lots and lots of patience, and if at first you don't succeed, definitely try again, because once you get a happy, thriving tank, it's, you know, nothing compares to it. Is, you know, if you're into fish at all, once you get a big thriving 125, I mean, this is just the few mishaps that I've had. I don't even care because I'm so freaking excited about this thing. So anyways, yeah, I'll keep you updated. This thing's running 10 minutes, so keep everybody updated. Happy fish keeping, and I'll talk at you later. Peace.